Hello everyone, this is Dr. Leela. Today I'll be discussing on primary market. Please do subscribe my channel. Primary market. Primary market, it is the part of the capital market that deals with issuing of new securities. The companies, government or public sector institutions can obtain funds through a sale of new stock or bonds through primary market. And in primary market they may issue in the sense the issuer may issue the securities at face value or at discount or premium, and these securities may take a variety of forms such as equity, debt, etc. In primary market, the merchant bankers helps the companies to raise money from the general public. And the basic features of primary market are: it is a market for new issues. It deals with those securities which are issued to the public for the first time. In primary market, the borrowers exchange new financial securities for long term, and also primary market facilitates for capital formation. Different kinds of issue in primary market. The issue in primary market can be in the form of public issue or rights issue or bonus issue or preferential issue. Public issue. Public issue, it is the most common method of raising funds from the public at large. In public issue, the company raises funds by selling its shares or debentures or bonds to the public through the issue of offer document. In public issue is further classified into initial public offer and follow-on public offer. Initial public offer. Initial public offer means when an unlisted company makes a fresh issue of securities for the first time to the general public is called as an IPO. The term public here refers to individual investors or institutional investors who were not involved in raising capital at the time of initiation of the company and who are interested in buying shares of that particular company. Prior to public issue, that is prior to initial public offer, a company or any company is considered as private company with relatively smaller number of shareholders. Initial public offer, it paves way for listing and trading of issued securities. Second one is follow-on public offer. When a public limited company which is already listed in stock exchange issues additional shares to the investors, then this is called as follow-on public offer. Generally, a company opts for FPO, that is follow-on public offer, in order to diversify its equity base. A company can initiate the FPO process only after it has gone through the process of IPO. Therefore, the difference between IPO and FPO is when unlisted company issues financial securities for the first time is called as an IPO, that is initial public offer, and if listed companies comes out with new offer or offer for sale to be subscribed by the public, then this is called as FPO, that is follow on public offer. The second one is rights issue. Rights issue, it is an issue of rights to buy additional securities in a company, or else you can define in another way that when an issue of securities is made by an issuer to its existing shareholders is called as a rights issue. The rights issue are normally offered in proportion to the number of shares held by the shareholder. The basic advantage of rights issue is the company saves significant amount of money like underwriting fees, advertisement, etc. For example, recently Reliance Industries has come out with biggest rights issue with a share sale at 14% discount. In order to raise over 53,125 crores from its shareholders via rights issue, and it is priced at rupees 1,257 with a discount of rupees 210 rupees. Here, these shareholders can subscribe to one equity share for every 15 equity shares held by eligible shareholders as on the record date. And the third one is bonus issue. Bonus issue is also called as scrip issue or capitalization issue. In bonus issue, it is an offer of free additional shares to the existing shareholders. In the company, whatever the accumulated earnings are there, when accumulated earnings are not given out in the form of dividend, but they are converted into free shares in bonus issue. That is, these are the company's accumulated earnings which are not given out in the form of dividend but are converted into free shares. Private placement. Private placement, it is an alternative to an IPO. In private placement, when a sale of stock or shares or bonds to pre-selected investors and institutions rather than in an open market is called as private placement. In this, investors invited to participate in private placement programs that include wealthy individual investors, banks, financial institutions, mutual funds, insurance companies, and pension funds. The advantage of private placement is private placement has few regulatory requirements, that is relatively unregulated when compared to the sale of securities in the open market. The difference between public and private placement is, according to the Companies Act 2013, an issue becomes public if the allotment is more than 200%. If the allotment is less than 200%, then this is called as private placement. Private placement is further classified into preferential allotment and qualified institution placement. Preferential allotment. As per the SEBI guidelines, that is Securities Exchange Board of India, when a listed company issuer issues shares or convertible securities to a selected group of persons, it is called as preferential allotment. Second one is qualified institution placement. Qualified institution placement, the SEBI has introduced this QIP process in 2006 to prevent listed companies in India from developing an excessive dependence on foreign capital resources. And QIP is common in India and other Southeast Asian countries. QIP is the fundraising tool for the listed companies without having to submit legal paperwork to market regulators. QIP, it is to enable the listed companies to raise finance through the issue of securities to qualified institutional buyers. In QIP, the listed company can issue equity shares, fully and partly convertible debentures, other than warrants which are convertible to equity shares to a qualified institutional buyers. Therefore, an existing company has three methods of expanding its share capital. It can be either by rights issue or bonus issue or initial public offer or preferential allotment. Then the question comes, why do companies need to issue shares to the public? Most of the companies are usually started privately by the promoters. However, the promoters' capital and the borrowings from the banks and financial institutions may not be sufficient for setting up or running the business over a long period or long term. So what the companies will do, companies invite the public to contribute towards the equity and issue shares to individual investors. And the way to invite share capital from the public is through public issue. Simply, in simple words, you can state that public issue, it is an offer to the public to subscribe to the share capital of a company, and once this is done, the company starts allotting the shares to the applicants as per the prescribed rules and regulations that are laid down by the SEBI. Procedure for issue in primary market. Before operating in primary market, the procedure is offer document. What is offer document? Offer document, it contains all the relevant information about the company, like promoters, projects that have been undertaken by the company, the financial conditions, the objective for raising money, the terms of issue. This offer document is used for inviting subscription to the issue. Offer document is called as prospectus in case of a public issue and letter of offer in case of rights issue. The terms and conditions for offer document vary depending upon the stages or the type of the issue. The offer document has sub-elements. The sub-elements are draft offer document. Draft offer document, it is the document that is filed with SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India, for specifying changes before it is filed with Register of Companies. And the second element is red herring prospectus. Red herring prospectus, it is the preliminary prospectus filed by the company with SEC, that is Security Exchange Commission General, and contains the information of operations of the company. This prospectus does not include complete particulars of quantity or price of the securities. It is an offer document that is used in case of a book-built public issue. Then what is book-built public issue? Book-built public issue, it is a process used by companies raising capital through public offerings, both IPOs and FPOs, to aid price and demand discovery. Then how price is determined here? The price of the share is determined or finalized by the aggregate demand by investors, but not by the fixed price that is set by the company management. And the third element is prospectus. Prospectus, it is an offer document of a public issue which has all relevant details including price and the number of shares being offered. This prospectus, it is a document that is registered with ROC, that is Register of Companies, before the issue opens in case of a fixed price issue, and this document is registered with ROC after the closure of the issue in case of a book-built issue. Letter of offer. Letter of offer, it acts as an offer document in case of a rights issue of shares or convertible securities, and is filed with Securities Exchange before the issue opens. And the next one is abridged prospectus. Abridged prospectus, it is the memorandum and contains all the salient features of prospectus, and it accompanies the application form of public issue. And the last element under offer document is pricing of an issue. The issuer, in consultation with the merchant banker, decide the prices on basis of demand, and the parameters that are considered for deciding the price are EPS, that is earning per share, PE multiple, return on net worth, and comparison of these parameters with the peer group companies. After the offer document, the second one is price of a share. Price of a share in an IPO can be decided by fixed price issue and book building issue. What is fixed price issue? Fixed price issue, when the issuer at the outset decides the issue price and mentions it in the offer document, it is commonly called as fixed price issue. The second one is book building issue. When the price of an issue is discovered on the basis of the demand received from the prospective investors at the various price levels, then this is called as book building issue. And the important points to be noted down under this are: in case of fixed price issue, the issuer discloses the price in the draft prospectus, and in case of book built issue, the issuer discloses the price in the red herring prospectus. In case of IPO, the issuer has to announce the floor price or price band at least 5 working days before the opening of the issue. And in case of the follow-on public, the issuer has to announce at least 1 working day before the opening of the issue. Process of IPO events. The following is the sequence of steps that are to be followed by the companies in order to go for an IPO. The first one is appointment of merchant bankers, apply to the SEBI with the registration statement, getting an approval from SEBI, drafting the red herring prospectus, fixing the price band, marketing the IPO, closure of the price band, and listing day. Thank you.